Alright, so now on the train project, we want to build this linkage arm you guys see right here. I also have the drawing file up so we can kind of reference that as we go through this. So let's go over here, we're going to go File New, or you could hit Control N, either way. We're going to open a new part file. And make this slightly bigger so you guys can see it. So this is what I'm trying to build right down here. So to start off with, like always, we start off with the sketch. So I click Sketch. Now we're just going to throw this rectangle down. I'm going to try and build this core of the body first. So I'm going to throw down any rectangle. Now it's real important we don't accidentally get it locked in here. Other things happen when you lock it in. Sometimes it's trying to be helpful, but it's not always helpful. So I'm just going to throw down this rectangle. Alright, from there, now we see for these two arcs down here, we want to throw in these partial arcs. So I'm going to use our arc tool. It's a 3-point arc is what it defaults to. You can get other options up here. Now I'm going to, with the 3-point arc tool, click one corner, the other corner, and try and make this a bit bigger than that distance. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Here in a second we'll dimension those so it doesn't actually matter what I'm doing right now. Okay, so there's a good start. Next I'm going to throw in some dimensions. Let's get these going. Dimension, I want this distance to that distance right there. It looks like I need that to be 3.5, so I'm going to set that to 3.5. I just clicked on it and there we go. Made it a little bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. Next, as I look down here, I see that the radius on our big circle here needs to be 0.1875. That's also 3/16. You can type it in either way. I'll type in 0.1875. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Actually, this time I'm just going to type in 3/16 so we can confirm those are the same thing. Great. Okay. Next, as I look down here, I see that this distance here needs to be 0.25. So I'm going to set that to 0.25. 0.25. Great. Okay, that's looking pretty much how I want to so far. To get these other features, we'll extrude it, and then we'll use the whole function. But for now, that sketch looks to be what I need it to be. You can trim these out. You don't have to. To practice it for you guys to see it, I will do it for now. Trim. I'm going to trim that part out and that part out. Okay. Now we have our sketch. Now to give it dimension or thickness, that's what extruding is for. So I'm going to go up, extrude. Now the question is how far do we want that to be? Over here in my drawing file, I see that needs to be 0.125 or 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go up here and type in 1/8. And okay, that looks great. So there's the start of it. Now we need to get these two holes in here such that we can actually put the pegs through as we saw in the train part. So to put these holes in here, I'm going to go back to Sketch. Now I need to get a hole right there and there. To do this, now really important, big step here, we want it to show us where the center is. And so to get that center, I'm going to use this project geometry, click here, and notice it points out the center. So now I can take the point tool and get a point right there. I also want to tell me the center down here, so I went up to project geometry, I click the circle, it shows me the exact center, grab my point tool, and put a point right there. And just to be certain, I'm going to measure how far apart these are. As I see in the drawing file, we need these to be 3.5. Awesome, that's right. This is really important. Without that, the later train assembly won't work correctly. Okay, from here, now we can actually make these holes. So I'm going to go up to the 3D model. We're going to go to the holes. I'll move this so you can see that. So it defaulted. It knew kind of that's where I wanted. That was our most recent sketch. Now those holes are too big. We want those holes to be 1/8 of an inch. So either here you can type in 0.125 or you can put 1/8. We do want it to go all the way through. I'm going to adjust the view cube here in a second, make sure that's looking right. So here I'm just dragging the corner. That looks great. Hit OK. Last step, change your color, make it whatever color you're interested in. And that is your linkage pin.